Okay, let me show you what Jesus says to Judas. You who follow me will sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Does that include Judas?
Could have been.
But Jesus knew Judas would betray him, and Jesus knew that Judas would be destroyed. Let me shock you a little further. Jesus also came to save Judas. Now, some of you are shocked, good, because a lot of people get shocked. What? Yeah. Okay, let me show you what Jesus says to Judas. You who follow me will sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Does that include Judas?
Could have been.
But Jesus knew Judas would betray him, and Jesus knew that Judas would be destroyed. However, though Jesus knew it, Jesus is showing his intention and his heart. My heart for you, Judas, is salvation, not destruction. And I have all this in store for you, if you only believe. Let me give you a couple more. Go to Matthew 10, verses 1, all the way to 8. Matthew 10, verses 1 to 8. I want you to see, not only was Judas promised a throne, Judas was given the same power to do the same miracles that the others did. Judas, like the rest, raised the dead. Judas, like the rest, gave sight to the blind. Judas, like the rest, cast out demons. Judas, like the rest, preached the gospel and got people saved. It's right there, Matthew 10, verses 1 to 8. You'll see it.
And he called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits.
11 of the disciples?
No, all 12.
Judas too?
Yeah.
Interesting. Keep going.
To cast them out and to heal every disease and every affliction. The names of the 12 apostles are these: first Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him.
So even Judas, huh?
Yeah.
And so what did Judas do? Keep reading all the way to 8.
These 12 Jesus sent out, instructing them, go nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and proclaim as you go, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers,
Wait,
cast out
Judas
demons.
is going to, you're reading like you're really fast, like
Yeah.
you want to get raptured and leave us behind. No, we're not.
No.
There's rapture all going together if we're saved, so no rush. Slowly. What is Judas going to do? Heal what?
Heal the sick, raise the dead.
So Judas was going to raise the dead.
Yeah.
Someone whom the Lord knew would betray him will belong to the devil. Keep reading.
Cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without paying, give without paying.
So Judas was given the same authority to do the same miracles and was given the same promise to reign over Israel that the rest were, right? It's going to get a little better or worse depending on your theological belief. Go to Luke 10, 17 to 20.
72 returned with joy, saying, Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your
Now, does that include Judas or no? That would include Judas, right? All right, keep going.
And he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold, I have given you authority to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven.
Okay, whose names are written in heaven? Whose names are written in heaven?
We're
The
talking to
72?
72 that went out.
Okay. Judas went out too?
Yes, sir.
So his name is written in heaven?
I never thought of it before.
Exactly. I mean, and I say that because clearly Jesus is showing his intention for Judas. You will sit on one of the 12 thrones. I've given you power over demons. They're subject to you, and your name is written in heaven. See, in the Bible, names are erased. In other words, if you read the Bible contextually, which I'm about to do, every human creature that exists, his name is written. It's when a person falls away that the names are erased. Go to Revelation 3, verse 5.
The one who conquers will be clothed thus in white garments, and I will never blot his name out of the book.
That's a promise to who? The one who conquers, right? So if you conquer, not only will you be given a right roll, but I won't blot out your name. Therefore, if you fail to conquer, what happens?
Blot.
You don't need to guess. Go to Exodus 32, 32 to 33, where God makes it explicit. Exodus 32, 32 to 33.
Yet now, if thou wilt forgive their sin, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book which
Yeah.
thou hast written. And the Lord said unto Moses, whoever hath sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book.
So you got it? He blots out those who sin and turn away. So if I read contextually, Judas's name is in the book. Judas is one of those who will sit on one of the 12 thrones. And Judas is given power to cast out demons, raise the dead, all of which displays Jesus' genuine love for Judas. But it's going to get even more explicit in Luke 22, 19 and 23. Luke 22, 19 and 23.
And he took bread and gave thanks and brake it, and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you.
Now, before you move on, does he exclude anyone in what he just said? This bread is my body broken for you. Does he say some of you, most of you, but not all of you? And then in verse 20, one more time.
This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you.
Some of you, most of you, but not all of you? But now notice who's included. Now read 21 and 23.
But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goeth, as it was determined, but woe unto that man by whom he is betrayed.
So when Jesus said, this bread represents my body broken for all of you, and this cup is the new cup of my blood shed for you, was Judas there?
Of course.
And he included Judas in that saying? So Jesus saying to Judas, I'm even dying for you, and this is how you repay me. Now one more final passage on this. Psalm 69, 27 to 28. Psalm 69, 27 to 28.
Add to them punishment upon punishment. May they have no acquittal from you. Let them be blotted out of the book of the living. Let them not be enrolled among the righteous.
So there you go. It's blotting out those whose names are in. And why are they being blotted out? Why are the names being blotted out?
They're not considered.
Because of their persistent rebellion and rejecting the truth, right? So why did I bring up Judas? Because Judas represents Jesus' heart for all of Jerusalem. And not just for all of Jerusalem, but all creation. That God's desire is to save every creature that He's created. And God has done everything to show His love for every creature. But when someone persists in rebellion and turns away, then God is justified in handing him over to destruction.